Hello, everyone, and welcome to our program. I'm Sue Heaton, and very happy to have you with us on our program today. We have two very important guests that you will want to stay tuned to listen to. First of all, we will have Jackie Randall, and she's the new assistant principal at the Elk Grove High School. She has a lot of excitement to share. And then we have Kyle Pocat, and he's the assistant finance director over at the on Wellington, right there at the main building, where he's going to teach us a new way to pay our bills online. So we hope you'll join us. We will be right back with the program.
Supporting Elk Grove businesses is an exceptional way to make a difference during the pandemic. That's why we've launched shop.elkgrove.org to serve as a hub for supporting local businesses. Whether you order from your favorite restaurant, buy gift cards, or shop online, you're helping keep our community strong. Search for a specific business, select from the categories listed, or browse a selection of special offers designed to make your life just that much easier. If you are an Elk Grove Village business that would like to be added to the Shop Elk Grove site, you may contact the village or fill out an Add Your Business form. Keep it local and keep Elk Grove strong.
Welcome to Elk Grove Village, home of the largest industrial park in the U.S. Elk Grove Village is at the crossroads of technology and industry. Located at the convergence of national fiber optic cables, gas and oil pipelines, and unlimited freshwater supply. Elk Grove Technology Park is where great makers come together to make great things, providing a new home for the leaders of today's industrial revolution. Join our community of thinkers, builders, and leaders at makerswanted.org.
And welcome back to our program, everyone. I'm very happy to introduce to you today Jackie Randall. Welcome, Jackie.
Thanks, Sue.
It's good to have you with us this day. And we are here to talk. You are currently the assistant principal for the Elk Grove High School and specifically for athletics.
Athletics, activities.
Yeah, fill us in.
Yes, athletics, activities, and music. So the majority of the co-curricular. So I would deal with clubs and sports and then music as well.
And they have an outstanding organization at the high school for sports and music, right? Lots of award-winning students have gone through your program. How long have you been at the high school, Jackie?
So I came to Elk Grove 5 years ago from Grant Community High School, where I was an English teacher and a track and field coach. And I came to Elk Grove to be the girls' athletic director. So I've been there for the last 5 years. So I taught English to sophomores, and then in the afternoon I would be the girls' athletic director.
Do you like this position way better than teaching the English? Is more fun?
I don't know yet.
You haven't.
Yeah, it's quite a time to transition jobs, as you can imagine. I'm excited about having a larger influence, but I know I'm going to miss the classroom and the ability to really create the rapport with the students in the classroom.
Does being the manager of athletics like this require more time because you're there probably after school hours and weekends?
I don't think it's more time than an athletic director. So the athletic directors really split up the time, and I will help with some of that. But now my time is going to be spent not only with athletics, but with concerts and, theater productions. So I will just kind of be doing different types of things, but I think my time will be similar to what it was.
Have you met a lot of the young people yet, Jackie?
Well, I know a lot of them just from being there, but I haven't met many freshmen yet. Right now we just started summer camps a few weeks ago, so that's kind of their first, introduction to Elk Grove. And it's in a mask, so it's hard to really,
sure,
get to
hard
know
to get to know people these days.
Yes, and even
it's difficult even to stop by the local Jewel. You don't talk to people like we used to. It used to be a gathering place. Life has changed so much. So what is it you're looking forward to the most once we get back to more of a life that we used to know? What do you anticipate?
I just anticipate creating great connections to student athletes and students in the community and working with the community. I'd really like to set my goal at every Elk Grove student being involved in one co-curricular activity at minimum. I think that that's an attainable goal. We offer so many different things that I'd really like to see that happen.
Yeah, well, that helps to create a well-rounded student, and it helps on their resumes in the future, to be sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, co-curriculars really teach some of those soft skills that aren't always taught in other, areas of their life, whether it's the classroom or the house. Sometimes it's, easier to simulate some of those things on the field or on the stage.
Yeah, and high school years are so important. And you feel bad for those seniors that kind of got a little cheated this year, don't we? But certainly, I remember when I was in high school, I was part of the Girls Athletic Association, and there's a lot of bonds that you create during those times. And I was part of the band, the marching band. Did I hear the band practicing yet, or that hasn't started yet?
Yep, band camp started this week, so you probably heard them last night.
Oh, that's helpful. We like all that. Now, there's a program running at the high school called the Fierce program, Jackie.
Mhm.
Can you
So-
tell us about that?
Sure. EG Fierce is like really an empowerment group for girls in Elk Grove, and it really started to connect some of the girls that don't really have a deep connection to the school, and it really kind of took off. And so then we had girls of all types joining, which we were really excited about. So we talk about just wellness in general, stress management, building confidence, how to navigate problems, setting boundaries, dealing with other girls and women, and how it can be something positive. It doesn't have to be competitive, and really how to do some of those things that oftentimes are not always taught to women.
That sounds very all-encompassing, all very good ideas. Where do you see yourself in the future at the high school?
It's hard
You
to
just want to get into it now. You're thinking about the present right now as to how you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. I just really want to help garner a really positive experience for high school students in any way that I can. So that's really where I see myself as really a servant to the athletes and the musicians and the actors and really their families in the community.
Well, let me ask you now about Girls and Women in Sports Summit.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, Jackie?
So that was an event that I collaborated with the girls AD at Prospect, Rebecca Shills, and we put on an event, I believe it was in February of 2019, and it was held at Forest View, and it was for women in sport. So it was really to showcase the positive things that athletics does for women, not only in high school, but also after high school. So we really wanted to bring in some people that have excelled in athletics professionally, as well as people that really just took what they learned in athletics and did other things. So Mary Wise from the University of Florida, she's actually their head volleyball coach, she spoke. And then we had a sports psychologist from UIC speak. And then we had a representative, an alumna from each of the 214 schools speak on a panel about their wonderful athletic experience in 214 and kind of how that propelled them in the future.
That's great. I can sense your excitement about where you want to see all these program and these students go and achieve. That's absolutely wonderful. Well, as we were saying a little bit earlier, the current time that we live in, do you, as of this taping, what do you see for schools in general in Elk Grove? Do you have any information at this time to pass on to the audience as to those parents who are kind of up in the air, not knowing?
Unfortunately, I don't know. We're really waiting, I think, for some more instruction from the local government,
Yeah.
and really what's going to best support our students and our staff. So I'm sorry, I don't have a very good answer for you.
I know. Um, how do you think, any input on how they did towards the end of last school year with all the, having to finish their studies online?
Yeah. Just from my personal experience, my students did well. But I think it was just really a struggle just emotionally and,
Right.
being able to be there to support them. We were actually, reading Macbeth when, when we stopped going to school. So we ended up finishing reading Macbeth virtually, which actually presented some really great opportunities to be able to watch some different versions and clips from it. So we were able to make it work. But I think that, moving forward, there's going to be some more time to plan, hopefully, and some other considerations made. So it doesn't have to be such a, kind of a last-ditch effort.
Yeah. We can only wish the best for students and parents and for everyone as we anticipate how the schools will be a little bit different when they do return. So what other programs do you anticipate? Anything else like Elk Grove Fierce that you have in mind?
Something that's kind of exciting that's starting this year is going to be our lacrosse program. It was added. It's going to be in the spring. So that's a new sport for both.
It is new. I have two nephews that really got engaged in lacrosse. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's exciting.
We're going to have a boys and a girls team. We've hired coaches for it, and we're just getting a lot of gear, supplies, so that, we can practice and be safe with other sports in the stadium. So that's really exciting. And I think that's, just another opportunity for kids at Elk Grove that, may either not have ever done lacrosse or may be curious about it or looking at a, different way to get involved.
Yeah, again, it just helps them become so well-rounded, knowing how to interact with other individuals. Sports and competition is a very important part of being in high school. Absolutely. And I sense your enthusiasm to get going.
Oh, yeah.
And any other things that you might like to add as to how you see the future once you can get going?
I just would like to add, I don't know what the future looks like, but I want to just thank the community. Elk Grove is really a special place. I think it's evident in the community support, not only with just the high school, but, looking at the mayor's, support of athletics in, the bowl game or now the Olympic teams, with the USA field and wrestling.
And you do know that Mayor Johnson is a graduate of Elk Grove.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And a former coach, right?
Oh, that's sure.
So, that along with, the summer concert series, like it's just, it really embodies so many things that we encourage as well at the high school. So it's really a pleasure to work there.
Yeah, I would say the community is very proud of the students and staff, certainly at our high school. It's an excellent facility, and it's nice to have met you, Jackie. I wish you all the best when you can bring all your excitement and really get going.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And maybe come back and join us sometime and tell us, keep us up to date with what's going on over there.
Absolutely. I'll look forward to it. And Sue, I'll wave to you from across the creek.
Yeah, that's right. I was saying we back up to it, and we certainly enjoy listening to the band and the football games. I love it when the stadium lights come on. It's just, we feel we have a very special location here. So, and we do drive over and actually go in and watch the football games because my daughter is a real sports enthusiast. So
excellent.
Thank you, Jackie. And it's a beautiful setting. Where's your home, if I might ask?
Yep, I live in Libertyville. I grew up in Libertyville. I went to Libertyville High School, and I participated in sports in the marching band as well there. So
see, yeah. So we both were part. I was actually a baton twirler. Do they even have those anymore?
Yeah, no, flags, but no baton twirlers.
Flags, right, yeah. Well, again, thank you for being our guest today, and best wishes to you, Jackie, and have fun.
All right, thank you.
We'll talk to you again. Bye, Jackie.
Bye-bye.
And we will be right back with the rest of the program. And welcome back to the program, everyone. I'm very happy to introduce you to now Kyle Pocat. And welcome, Kyle.
Hi, happy to be on board.
Now, tell us a little bit about your position here in the village.
All right. I'm the Assistant Finance Director here at Elk Grove Village, and I was in charge of rolling out this CSS portal just to be able to offer our residents a little bit easier way to pay and view their past bills. So we're glad to unveil CSS, and hopefully everybody can get on board.
Well, this is a big unveiling. So we're going to talk about now paying our bills online, because a lot of us, to the best of our ability, are trying to stay away from other fellow citizens. Sad to say, isn't it? But that's where we are now. So the village has set up this opportunity for us to pay all of our bills online.
That's correct. Yeah, we're mainly focusing on utility billing at this point, but business license payments are available as well as general billing. So weed cutting, lawn mowing invoices, those would also be able to be paid on our portal.
Well, I'm a resident here in the village, and I'm not very computer literate. Is this something that all residents can learn to do?
Absolutely. We put out an instruction guide that goes step by step through the entire enrollment process. And of course, even if that guide gave you any troubles, if the resident would call us, we'd be happy to help through
and you
the
can
account.
still walk us through it.
Yep.
Okay,
absolutely.
let's pretend it's, what should we talk about? Maybe our water bill?
Sure, yeah. So the first step would be going to elkgrove.org. And at this main page, you'll see on the left side, it's Pay My Bill. If we click on
Okay, I'm
that.
following you up to this point. That's easy. Okay.
And there's a few different options here. If there's tickets, there's a different portal. But if we're focusing on our water bill right now,
Okay.
you click this Citizen Self-Service Portal. If we click that link, you'll see this screen here, and it says new user. If you want for an instruction guide, I would encourage people to click on that link right here, and that would pull up a full step-by-step guide. But since we're in this video, I'll go ahead and do this with you here. So the first step is to click on this self-service link on the left navigation pane. And once we do that, we'll see this login screen. Now, since you're not registered yet, Sue, what we do is we click on this link, register for a new account.
Okay.
And at this point, the user would enter all of the information, their email address that they want to use for their account. That becomes their username. That's important to remember. So the full email address is their username.
Oh, okay.
First name, last name. And when you go to create a password, it'll prompt you. It needs to be at least 8 characters long, and it does need an uppercase character, a number, and a special character. So a pretty strict password, but
Okay, so far this seems easy enough.
all right, great. After this, a confirmation email is sent to the user to the email that they provided, and they'll open that email, click on the link, and then they'll enter their password one more time, and then their account is confirmed. All right. So once their account is confirmed, they can go back to that same login where we just were, and instead of registering, we would enter that information. I just have a
You
test.
see the same screen, but now you're putting in the username that.
Exactly. Yep. And once they log in for the first time, they don't have any accounts linked. Nothing is really set up. It's kind of a blank account, if you will, at this point. So the first step, if we're focusing on utility billing, we click on utility billing. This is the first thing that residents will see. And this option is available if you want to just enter it once. What I like to encourage residents to do is to click underneath utility billing. It says accounts. If we do that, now we have this option to link your CSS profile to your utility account. What that means, all you need to know is that you'll only have to do this step once. And each time you log in, it'll automatically pull up your account going forward. So over on the right, it's kind of hidden over here. You see this button, it says link to account. You click on that. Now, if the resident, if you have your utility bill in front of you, what you can do is just enter these 2 pieces of information. It's all on your utility bill in the top right corner. There's 2 fields. One is for your account number before the dash and after the dash. So if we just enter that information here, and I have an example to show, and click submit, this pulls up all of your account information.
I see.
So what you'll see is all of your past bills. The current balance that's due is right in the middle of the screen, if you see that there, and as well as the due date. Okay. What's nice is from this screen, the user can also enroll for automatic payments if they choose to do so. This would be from your bank account.
Okay, that's what I currently have is auto pay on my water bill.
Oh, and I'm glad you
So-
brought that up, Sue, because since you're already enrolled, when you log in, this will be populated with your information already. So you're all enrolled. You will not need to re-enroll even though you're signing up for the CSS program. So existing users that are already enrolled with the automatic payments, they don't need to do this step.
So this is something everyone has to do, Kyle?
As far as creating the CSS account, the user
I
doesn't
didn't know
have
if
to.
this was just for convenience for all of us, but are you saying that even though in my case, like I'm on auto pay, I still have to update or redo something?
No, actually, since you're enrolled in AutoPay, you will not need to. Sorry, since you're enrolled in AutoPay, this would already pop up with your information
good.
and your bank information, and you don't need to do anything. No action is required on your part at all.
Okay.
Okay.
And by the way, as long as we were mentioning water bills, I'd like to take this opportunity once again to thank the mayor and the trustees for that $200 credit this spring and summer. That was absolutely so very nice of them to do. Kyle, I have a friend that has no computer at home. She
Okay.
does access the one to the library, at the library.
Okay, yeah.
There
And
may be other people in our village that don't have, you know, the ability to do this at home. What would you advise?
so I would say, yeah, library access, any access to a computer would work. Otherwise, if they come into Village Hall, we will
Mhm.
have a terminal set up where we could help that individual sign up for their CSS account right at the finance front counter.
How long have you been over there, Kyle, as working in the finance department?
Just over 2 years now I've been here. I originally lived in Wisconsin, so.
You enjoying your time? And the building is open to all residents once again?
Yes, that's correct. At this point, we are still requiring masks to enter just for the safety of everybody that comes in, but
Yes.
we are open to the public.
Okay. So for all billing now, this new automatic EFT payment, I'm sure everyone's going to appreciate it. It's just getting on board with it. And then life is easier, right?
Right, absolutely.
You were,
Yeah,
yeah, save
the auto,
postage. Yeah.
right, the auto pay is a great option. And the one thing that I wanted to point out for people that aren't already signed up, the first step that you would do is to type in your bank name. When you start to type in your bank, there will be all these different routing numbers that pop up. You would just have to select the one that corresponds with the routing number for your account. So if I find the correct account, I select it and it auto populates the routing number for me. So I would just enter my bank account information and then continue.
Was the village headed in this direction, or has the pandemic kind of caused this new application?
This application was actually in process prior to the coronavirus and everything. It just so happened to work out that we were able to, make this available during the pandemic. So we wanted to be able to have this convenience for residents to see their bills. You know, things get lost in the mail or mail gets thrown away and
They're piled up on the kitchen counter and misplaced.
Right, exactly.
I've been there.
Exactly. And now I had mentioned the lost bill, the case of the lost bill. And maybe I don't want to click too far around here. Let me go back and I can show you how to see an actual bill image. So say you lost your
Yeah,
bill.
let's look at that.
If you click details under the bill that you want to see, if you click details, and then on the top right, you can click bill details. Now, this will give you some information, your consumption and such. But if you click on the top right again, you'll see View Bill Image. This will pull up a screen with your actual water bill.
Oh, yeah.
So, now,
And I've been using a lot of water. You know, the grass is pretty dry lately. Water's going up. So Kyle, are there any other features that we should be aware of?
the one thing that some residents have asked for is the ability to opt out of paper bills. And we do have that option. So at the utility billing account summary page, you click Bill Delivery Preferences. You'll see here we have the option to change from mail to just email or both mail and email. So that option is available if you wanted to continue to receive both the bill in the mail, and you would also just enter your email address here and then click
Great.
update.
So if we prefer less paper clutter around our home, sign up for the email version. That's
Absolutely.
a great idea.
And it's a great way to go green, and it does help reduce some costs that the village incurs in sending these bills as well.
Right. Well, thanks for that tip, Kyle.
Yeah, no problem. We're happy to help. And the number for anybody to dial if they have any questions on CSS at any point, if you dial 847-357-4000. And it's also, we can also reach utility billing directly at 4060.
Well, Kyle, say I'm a resident that does not want to do auto pay. What do I do then?
Okay, great question. So at the utility billing account summary page, where you see your current balance due and the due date, if you go over just to the right, there's a Pay Now button. This allows for just a one-time payment if you wanted to pay with a credit or debit card.
I see.
And what you do if you had multiple bills, you could check multiple bills, but then you just click Add to Cart on the right here, and you'll see that pops up in your cart, and you can just click Checkout. Oops, sorry, Checkout. And then it's going to ask for your billing information. So this would be what matches with your credit or debit card. Enter that appropriate information here, and then you'll proceed through the checkout process.
I see. Kyle, you've made this very easy. I appreciate your help on this.
That is our goal here. We just want to make this as easy and as simple for you as possible, and that we can all get through this pandemic together.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Kyle. This was very informative. And we appreciate you taking time out of your day to kind of give us a lesson here online as to how all of us can now take care of our utility billing. So
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kyle. Wish you a really good day.
Thank you, and the best to you as
We
well.
will be back with the rest of our program.
Why does Elk Grove Village think outside the box? It keeps our businesses connected and thriving. It brings national attention to our community of makers. It attracts industry leaders to be our neighbors and provides a great place for family and friends to gather. Elk Grove Village is the new home for today's industrial revolution because we think outside the box. Elk Grove Village, makers wanted.
Hello again, everyone. Well, we hope you enjoyed our program. Always informative. Today to have met Jackie Randall, and we could tell that she has so many plans to work with the community and to help our students over at the high school get going, and we hope that will happen really soon. All the sports that will be available, even the new one, lacrosse. So thanks to Jackie, and thanks again to Kyle for helping people like me, who's a resident, learn now how to do my my payments online to avoid going out over actually in public to the building. So I thank both of our guests, as we thank you for joining us each month on In the Grove. Look to see you next month, everyone. Bye-bye.